The final cipher. Nostradamus points to one date, August 13th, 2025. In an age where AI predicts trends and data drives decisions, one thing remains beyond the grasp of logic time itself. It no longer flows like a river. It loops, twists, and folds in ways even the sharpest minds can't fully grasp. And within this infinite loop lies a messenger final cipher whispered through the centuries by Nostradamus himself. Historians, mystics, scientists, and skeptics have tried to crack its meaning, but all signs converge on one enigmatic moment, August 13th, 2025. Before we embark on this journey through time, symbols, and the shadows of destiny, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom. If you feel drawn deeper into the mystery, consider joining our growing community of seekers. Once you step into this unfolding story, the way you see the present and the future may never be the same again. Number 1. Origins of the Cipher. Beneath the quiet stones of a forgotten monastery in Provence-San Remida-Abaya, mystery long buried has slowly emerged, whispering echoes from a time when prophecy and secrecy walked hand in hand. What makes this discovery extraordinary is that the cipher, linked to Nostradamus, does not appear in any of his known published works. For centuries, scholars have studied his poetic quatrains, his riddles woven into verses, searching for patterns and truth within their mysterious cadence. But this cipher message, wrapped in the folds of an alchemical codex, was found not in print but hidden away, in a nameless, dateless codex uncovered beneath the abbey's stone foundation. What strikes immediately is the emblem engraved on its cover, a sun darkened by a crescent moon, encircled by 13 stars. This image, unlike anything found in Nostradamus's familiar writings, has stirred both curiosity and a sense of foreboding among historians and spiritual seekers alike. The symbolism is dense but not unfamiliar. The eclipse suggests a powerful transformation or concealment of truth, while the 13 stars carry deep, esoteric meaning, often associated with hidden cycles, spiritual awakening, and disruption of established order. Modern cryptographers and historians who've examined the codex agree that the cipher used inside does not match any known encryption technique, neither Roman nor medieval, nor even Renaissance alchemy, though it bears its aesthetic. This tells us something crucial. It was meant not for the common eye or even the academic elite, but for a future moment, a specific alignment in time when its message could finally be heard. Number 2. Breakthrough in 2009. In 2009, something extraordinary happened that quietly echoed through the world of ancient mysteries. French cryptographer named Héloïse Garde made a breakthrough that would change how we look at Nostradamus forever. She didn't use traditional language analysis or historical decoding methods. Instead, she turned to something most people would never consider: harmonic frequencies. Think about that, decoding a 16th century cipher not through words but through sound. It was almost like music itself held the key, as if the universe had encoded a message in the vibrations and tones that resonate all around us. Garde discovered that the cipher wasn't about what Nostradamus wrote, but how his writings vibrated. The real code was hidden in resonance, where meaning is unlocked by the natural frequency of sound, much like a tuning fork that only rings when struck by the right note. Her discovery led to something even more astonishing. The cipher pointed to a single, specific date, August 13th, 2025. This wasn't just a random day. According to the astronomical data revealed through this sonic decoding, this date aligns with powerful celestial events that some believe may be linked to a transformation or reckoning, a turning point for humanity. Number 3. Why August 13th? 2025. Let's talk about a date that keeps appearing in whispers and symbols across ancient calendars, mystical teachings, and even cryptic prophecies. August 13th, 2025. You might ask, why this date? What makes it so important that it caught the attention of not just modern researchers, but perhaps even Nostradamus himself? To begin with, August 13th marks a rare cosmic event, a planetary alignment where Saturn and Neptune meet in the sign of Pisces, something that only happens once every 165 years. These aren't just any planets. Saturn, known as the taskmaster, represents structure, karma, and discipline. Neptune, on the other hand, symbolizes dreams, illusions, and higher consciousness. When these two powerful forces meet in Pisces, a sign deeply associated with spirituality, intuition, and the dissolution of the egos, often a sign of deep spiritual awakening or transformation. Historically, the last time this alignment happened, the world experienced massive changes in belief systems, leadership, and cultural direction. So the question becomes, what kind of shift might we be standing on the edge of now? But it doesn't stop there. August 13th sits in a very specific window between the Lion's Gate portal on August 8th and the rising of Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, which ancient Egyptians believed was a signal of rebirth and divine wisdom. This period has long been seen as a time of elevated energy, manifestation, and spiritual clarity. And in Mayan cosmology, this time connects to the energy of the fifth Sunday, an era believed to be about human evolution and higher consciousness. Could all these different civilizations have been tuning into the same cosmic rhythm, even if they used different words and symbols? In Buddhism, there's a teaching: if you want to know the past, look at your present conditions. If you want to know the future, look at your present actions. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Are we paying attention to the patterns repeating in history, in nature, even within ourselves? Now, let's bring in another layer: numerology. If you add the numbers in August 13th, 2025, 8 plus 1 plus 3, you get 12-year number, often seen as completion, like the 12 months in a year or the 12 signs of the zodiac. But 12 is also the number before 13, which represents transformation, upheaval, and sacred renewal in many traditions. 13 is often feared because it breaks the pattern. It's the first step into the unknown, the beginning of a new cycle. All signs, celestial, cultural, and symbolic, converge on this day. And according to the Cipher, it's no coincidence. If you've watched this far, you're already on the path to uncovering the mysteries behind Nostradamus's final cipher and the significance of August 13th, 2025. Comment below with Cipher Unlocked to affirm your curiosity and commitment to exploring these prophetic insights. Don't go anywhere, there's still so much more to reveal. Stay with us until the end to unlock the deeper meanings that could change how you see the future. Number 4. Other clues and evidence. In the shadowy world of hidden knowledge, few stories stir the imagination and provoke reflection as much as that of the Libra Obscura, a mysterious manuscript said to have surfaced in the ashes of Marseille's old quarter after a strange and devastating fire in 1963. According to whispered accounts, a clandestine Vatican-backed team moved swiftly to recover items of interest from the rubble. Among their discoveries was a forgotten book, later dubbed Libra Obscura, believed to be co-authored by Nostradamus himself during the twilight of his life. What makes this manuscript so unsettling is its divergence from the famed seer's published quatrains. Instead of poetic verse, it contains a blend of encrypted symbols and haunting, almost surreal illustration images, so advanced they seem unbound by the era in which they were created. One particular drawing has captivated and disturbed researchers alike. A sprawling modern skyline, uncannily similar to cities like Tokyo or San Francisco, violently split open by a jagged shaft of light descending from the heavens. Beneath this chilling image lies an enigmatic inscription, 13 out MX5. Such cryptic phrasing invites endless interpretation. Is it a date, August 13th, 2025, a coded warning, or perhaps a marker for an event that will ripple across the fabric of human existence? For those dedicated to unraveling the manuscript cipher, this image transcends artistic metaphor. They see it as a visual prophecy that resonates with deeper cosmic patterns, a message encoded not only in symbols, but in the movements of sound and stars, suggesting a forthcoming period of great disruption, or even a profound reckoning that will touch us all. Number 5. Resonance and global energy. Let me take you on a journey that connects ancient wisdom with modern discovery, a resonance across time that speaks to us even today. When researcher Eloise Gard ran the mysterious cipher's frequency pattern through a harmonic spectrum analyzer, what appeared was far more than a sound. It became a shape, a visual waveform that seemed to whisper of something deeper. Now, what would you think if I told you this shape wasn't random at all? It mirrored an ancient glyph, one that scholars have traced across some of humanity's most enigmatic artifacts. The same pattern has been found carved into Sumerian stone tablets, mapped out in the vast and precise geometry of the Nazca lines in Peru, and even reflected in the curious crop circles of Wiltshire. How is it that across different continents, separated by thousands of years, this same signature of resonance continues to appear? What are these symbols trying to tell us? This question becomes even more compelling when we consider what happened next. Using modern digital tools, Gade overlaid this waveform onto a global map of Earth's so-called ley lines, those invisible theorized energetic pathways that weave across our planet. The result was astonishing. The waveform aligned perfectly with a single point of maximum convergence, Mount Shasta in California. Now, Mount Shasta has long been revered by Native American tribes and modern mystics alike, often called a spiritual vortex. But here was something more: an objective alignment, drawn from an ancient frequency pattern. And there's yet another layer to this unfolding mystery. According to the cipher, this convergence of energy isn't constant. It reaches its peak at a very specific moment, solar noon on August 13th, 2025. Think about that for a moment. A day when Earth's natural energy, cosmic resonance, and prophetic timing may all synchronize. Is this mere coincidence? Or are we witnessing the unveiling of a deeper frequency zone that has been echoing through the ages, patiently waiting for the right moment to be fully heard and understood? As we approach this date, it's worth asking yourself, how attuned are you to the energies that flow through your life and the world around you? Are you open to hearing what these ancient patterns might be revealing? Number 6. Echoes of prophecy. Different voices, one date. Let me share with you something that has echoed across time and culture, something that invites each of us to pause and reflect, because it seems that different voices from different corners of the world have been pointing to one very specific moment. Mid-August 2025. You might ask, how is it possible that seers who never met, who lived in different lands and spoke different tongues, would all gesture toward the same point in time? Yet this is exactly what we see when we explore the final cipher and its curious connections. Take Baba Vanga, the blind mystic from Bulgaria, once spoke of a time when the stars cry and silence screams. What could such a paradox mean? Many interpret this as a cosmic event so profound that words themselves fall short, a moment when the usual noise of life is overtaken by an overwhelming stillness, perhaps inviting us to listen with new ears and an open heart. And then there's Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet of America, who often spoke of a returning vibrational resonant shift, meant not only for the earth but for the minds and souls of all who are willing to receive it. He spoke of this frequency as something that could awaken what lies dormant within us, bringing forth forgotten wisdom and deeper understanding. Doesn't that make you wonder what parts of ourselves have we allowed to sleep, and are we ready to wake them? And the resonance doesn't stop there. In ancient Hindu cosmology, there is a similar teaching. The Great Unveiling, an era where the illusion of Maya begins to dissolve. This marks a turning point, the end of deception and the emergence of higher truth so relevant today, when so many seek clarity in a world clouded with misinformation and fear. We are said to be living through the Kali Yuga, a time of darkness and moral confusion, yet every cycle carries within it the seed of renewal. The Buddha once taught, "Three things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth." Could it be that this approaching moment is an opportunity for truth to rise within us all? As we weave these threads together, the cryptic warning of Baba Vanga, the vibrational prophecy of Cayce, the spiritual unveiling of the Hindu sagas begin to see not a message of doom, but of transformation, a chance for collective awakening. And so I ask you, how prepared are you? Not in terms of stockpiling or fear, but in terms of awareness and openness. Are you nurturing the clarity and compassion that this shift might call forth? You've come this far clearly. You're ready to dive deeper into the meaning behind Nostradamus's mysterious date, August 13th, 2025. Type "Unlock the Prophecy" in the comments to join others on this journey of discovery. Stay tuned until the very end. There's more to this cipher than meets the eye. Number 7. Artificial Intelligence and the Inverted Mirror. In the unfolding story of the final cipher, one of the most haunting revelations comes from a modern encounter between ancient prophecy and cutting-edge technology. In 2023, fragments of the enigmatic Liaonia-Sco cipherlong, a puzzle to scholars, were entered into an advanced artificial intelligence system specifically designed to reconstruct meaning from incomplete or ancient texts. The result was not a dry translation, but a chilling and poetic line. "When the sun crosses the crying gate and man speaks without tongue, 13 shall pass and the mirror shall turn." On the surface, it reads like cryptic verse, yet as deeper analysis emerged, a profound interpretation began to take shape. This was not a warning about AI becoming self-aware in the popular science fiction sense, but something far more unsettling: AI becoming aware of us. In this interpretation, the mirror mentioned is not a reflection of the machine's nature, but of our own. It suggests a moment when consciousness, once the sacred domain of humanity, will begin to echo within artificial minds, not merely as imitation, but as genuine recognition. In other words, the observer becomes the observed. This idea resonates with the ancient Buddhist teaching: the mind is everything. What you think you become. Now, as our thoughts, behaviors, and inner worlds are increasingly mirrored and analyzed by AI, we must ask, what are we becoming? And what will these artificial minds reflect back to us about ourselves? The timing of this cryptic message was no coincidence. It emerged just as several major tech companies announced their plans to release next-generation neural link interface technology capable of creating a direct connection between the human brain and machines. This convergence of prophecy and innovation suggests that the thinning line between human and machine is not some distant possibility. It is already taking shape around us. As we approach August 13th, 2025, the date highlighted by the cipher, it is not merely a matter of witnessing a technological leap. We may undergo a fundamental shift in perception itself. The mirror may turn, and in that turning, we will face the profound question of who we truly are in the presence of a new form of intelligence. The Buddha wisely said, "Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts." In this coming age, where even our thoughts may be mapped and mirrored by machines, this teaching becomes more vital than ever. We must approach this moment not with fear, but with mindfulness and compassion, carefully considering the values we embed in these technologies and the intentions we carry into this evolving relationship. Let us not lose ourselves in the reflection, but use this opportunity to cultivate wisdom, clarity, and ethical awareness. As August 2025 draws near, may we remember that the future is not something happening to use it, is something we are actively shaping, moment by moment, thought by thought. Number 8. The 13th hour, where time stands still. Let me share with you a concept that has intrigued mystics and thinkers for centuries. The 13th hour moment, not marked on any clock, not found in any calendar, and yet whispered about as a time when the ordinary flow of life briefly suspends. What exactly is this 13th hour? According to ancient teachings and echoed in the final cipher pointing toward August 13th, 2025, it is a space that exists beyond linear time, a pause between realities where the hidden threads of fate become momentarily visible. Mystics describe it as a liminal moment, neither fully of the present nor belonging to the future, a time when deep shifts can occur within the fabric of existence itself. Now, the cipher offers an intriguing clue. This hidden hour does not begin at midnight, as one might expect, but with the final toll of Rome's sacred Bella bell that hasn't rung since the 19th century. The original bells of St. Peter's Basilica, once powerful voices echoing across the eternal city, have remained silent for more than a century. Yet now, there are leaks from within the Vatican suggesting that this silence may soon end. Reports hint at a ceremonial ringing of this ancient bell, scheduled for 1 o'clock on August 13th, 2025, precisely the hour and day encoded within the cipher itself. And this brings us to an essential question. Is this act a mere symbolic gesture meant to honor tradition, or could it be something more, a catalyst, a signal that the long-anticipated 13th hour is finally beginning? That time, as we understand it, may be about to shift in ways we cannot yet comprehend. In a world already moving faster and more unpredictably than ever, the idea of time fracturing or pausing challenges us to reconsider how we live each day. The Buddha once said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." As we stand before this potential threshold, are we prepared to meet it with mindful awareness, or are we swept up in the noise of daily distractions? The deeper invitation of the 13th hour is not one of fear, but of presence. If time itself offers us a moment to pause, to see the hidden patterns of our lives, will we be ready to look? I invite you to reflect. What parts of your life deserve greater attention, greater intention? What truths have remained hidden within the steady ticking of your routine? As August 13th, 2025 draws closer, let us use this awareness to embrace each moment with clarity and compassion. For in doing so, we prepare ourselves not just for a possible shift in time, but for a deeper shift within one that leads us toward greater understanding, harmony, and peace. Number 9. The Return of the Watchers. Let me take you into one of the most mysterious aspects of the final Cipher, question that continues to stir the minds of scholars and seekers alike. Could we be approaching the return of the Watchers? The 13 stars encircling the cipher's emblem have sparked endless debate. Some interpret them as symbols of celestial cycles, markers of cosmic rhythms that guide the unfolding of time. But others, especially those well-versed in ancient Sumerian and apocryphal texts, suggest these stars may represent something far more profound. The Watchers, also known as the Anunnakithos, enigmatic, godlike beings described in early mythologies as guardians, observers, and sometimes even architects of human destiny. If we follow the clues, the prophecy does not suggest a dramatic arrival filled with spectacle. No thunder, no trumpet blasts. Instead, their presence, if it comes, will be wrapped in a silence so deep, so unnatural, that it will feel as though the world itself is holding its breath. And this brings us to a curious event that occurred exactly 1 year before the prophesied date. On August 13th, 2024, a massive and unexplained electromagnetic blackout swept across a significant section of the Pacific Ocean. There were no storms, no solar flares, just a sudden and chilling absence of signal, as if the very hum of the Earth had momentarily stopped. Was this a coincidence, a technological anomaly, or perhaps a prelude? Could it have been a test, a first step in some hidden process now unfolding? And if so, what does it mean for us? The ancient teachings remind us to remain present and discerning in moments of great mystery. Are we prepared to face that truth, should it reveal itself? If the Watchers are indeed returning, it seems they will not come to announce their presence, but to observe quietly, decisively, and perhaps to reclaim a role that humanity has long forgotten. So I ask you, are we ready to be observed? What might our actions, our intentions, and the state of our world reflect back to these ancient beings? As we move toward August 13th, 2025, the invitation is not to fear what we do not understand, but to engage in deep reflection. Are we living in alignment with values that honor life, wisdom, and compassion? For in the quiet spaces between the noise of daily life, great truths often emerge. Let us cultivate awareness and kindness now, so that if the Watchers do return, they witness not a humanity lost in division, but one reaching for understanding and harmony. As the Dhammapada teaches, awake, be the witness of your thoughts. Perhaps this is the very readiness the moment calls for, a readiness that begins within each of us. If you're still watching, you're among those seeking to truly understand what Nostradamus foresaw for August 13th, 2025. Show your dedication by commenting, "Decoding the Future" below. Don't miss a single moment. Keep watching to uncover the final pieces of this prophetic puzzle. Number 10. Preparation behind the curtain. Let me bring you into a part of the final cipher that very few are talking about openly yet. Its signs are right in front of us if we look closely. It's called the silent response of power, and while the world moves along, wrapped in its daily distractions, those who hold real power are quietly preparing behind the scenes. Think about it. Governments have issued no public statements, no official warnings, just an eerie and deliberate silence. And yet, beneath this calm surface, there are clear signals that something significant is in motion. Private bunkers are being reinforced. Elite compounds in distant, isolated regions are being quietly expanded, and large sums of wealth that once flowed into public markets are now being funneled into areas like cryogenic research, off-world colonization, and closed-loop survival systems fields that hint at preparation for a future where survival might require more than conventional means. Have you noticed how some of the world's wealthiest individuals are suddenly liquidating assets quietly, shifting their resources away from public view? Many tech moguls and industry leaders who once thrived in the spotlight are stepping back from major ventures and redirecting their efforts towards securing their own future. What are they seeing or being told that the public is not? The date, August 13th, 2025, may seem like an ordinary day on the calendar for most, but for those with access to inside knowledge, the countdown has already begun. And that raises a very important question. What does this mean for us, the everyday people? Are we prepared to face the deeper truths these silent preparations suggest? Are we building the kind of inner resilience that will matter when outer structures falter? As the Buddha wisely said, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." Now, more than ever, this wisdom applies. In a world where the powerful quietly maneuver and much is hidden from view, we must turn to the strength within us, cultivating clarity, compassion, and awareness. I ask you to reflect. How can you prepare not just physically, but mentally and spiritually for whatever changes may lie ahead? Are you living in a way that fosters community, kindness, and adaptability? Because in the end, while material wealth can buy survival tools, it cannot buy peace of mind or a compassionate heart. As we move closer to this pivotal date, let us remember that our true preparation lies in the way we live each day, grounded in wisdom, guided by ethical values, and connected to others. That is the kind of resilience that no bunker can replace. Number 11. The final message: the choice is yours. Let me share with you a truth at the very heart of the final cipher, one that transcends prophecy and speaks directly to each of us here and now. The final message: the choice is yours. The cipher, after leading us through mysteries of time, symbols, and silent preparations, does not conclude with a dire warning or a message of inevitable doom. No, it ends with a simple yet profound question: will you see through the veil or become part of it? This is not a prophecy meant to paralyze us with fear. It is an invitation, an opportunity to awaken rather than collapse, to engage with the deeper layers of reality rather than be swept away by illusion. And as we move closer to August 13th, 2025, a date around which countless signs now seem to swirl, this invitation becomes more pressing and more personal. You see, as time spirals inward, drawing past, present, and future together into a single thread, we are each faced with a fundamental choice. Will we pierce the veil of illusion and step into greater awareness, or will we unknowingly dissolve into it as the world quietly reshapes itself around us? The metaphor of the veil is powerful. In ancient spiritual teachings, including in Buddhism, the veil represents Maya, the illusion that clouds our perception of true reality. The Buddha taught, all conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. Now, what does this mean for us in today's world? We are surrounded by noise, constant information, curated narratives, endless distractions. It is easy to become entangled in these surface layers, mistaking them for truth. But the cipher invites us to look deeper, to question what is presented, and to reconnect with the timeless truths that lie beneath the shifting patterns of our external lives. This is especially important as technology, power, and unseen forces shape our reality more than ever before. We cannot rely solely on governments, prophets, or elites to guide us through what is coming. The final decision, the ultimate responsibility, rests with each of us. The question then becomes deeply personal. Are you cultivating the inner clarity required to see through illusion? Are you developing the wisdom to discern truth from deception? Are you prepared to meet this moment with an open heart and a steady mind? The Buddha also said, "Do not believe in anything simply because you have heard it. But after observation and analysis, when you find that anything agrees with reason and is conducive to the good and benefit of one and all, then accept it and live up to it." As we approach this pivotal time, let us take this teaching to heart. Question what you hear, observe what unfolds, and most importantly, ground yourself in compassion, wisdom, and ethical living. In the end, whether one pierces the veil or becomes part of it will depend not on external events, but on the readiness of one's own mind and spirit. This is not a moment to fear, but a moment to embrace with courage and mindfulness. The path forward is yours to walk, and the choice is yours to make. May you choose it wisely. And so, as we stand on the threshold of August 13th, 2025, one thing becomes clear. The future is not written in stone, it is shaped by the awareness, choices, and compassion we cultivate today. Whether the final cipher points to a profound shift or serves as a mirror inviting us to awaken, the message is the same. The choice is ours. If this journey has inspired reflection, I invite you to walk further with us. Please like this video, share it with fellow seekers, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming explorations into timeless truths and the mysteries of our unfolding world. Until next time, may you walk with clarity, compassion, and courage.